Hello, welcome back to Heretic Owl Tarot. My name is Liz, and I will be guiding you on this journey today. This is a reading for the 1-4 Human Design Profile. If you don't know your Human Design Profile, there's a link in the description below for you to get your Human Design Body Graph. And one of the bits of information listed about your design will be your profile. Now, of course, if you know nothing about human design, these messages, of course, are still for you. I do my best to not use a ton of human design lingo because I don't want to cause confusion with people who aren't very familiar. And the purpose of these readings isn't really to teach you human design anyway, but it is just to be an additional avenue of information. Because not every 1-4 is a Gemini or, a Sagittarius or Capricorn, whatever, right? So it's just more information than just, of course, your rising, your moon, your sun sign. Definitely check those out too. But anyway, I would love it if you subscribed to the channel. That helps me out, and I do really appreciate it. And let's get you an oracle card, and then of course we'll get your tarot cards out. We have the turtle and coriander with satisfaction. I believe satisfaction is like the, oh my god, I'm totally, I don't think it's important to say that because I'm totally drawing a blank on the words. So let's get your tarot out. Ooh, we have the Fool. I haven't seen that card in a while. We have the Champion of Vessels or the Knight of Cups and the Wheel of Fortune. We have the Four of Swords. What an interesting combination, those two. We have the Apprentice of Wands or the Page of Wands and the Seven of Wands. The King of Cups at the bottom of the deck, the Magician, Seven of Cups, Four of Pentacles. Let me just make sure everything is in frame. Looks good to me. So let's see what this turtle and coriander is talking about. It says, the turtle and coriander calls us to be satisfied with what we have been given and what we have achieved. It invites a moment of rest and reflection. Perhaps due to Aesop's fable, The Tortoise and the Hare, turtles are symbols of patience and good health. In this folktale, the slow but determined tortoise wins the race against the speedy but distracted rabbit. The turtle triumphs by pacing himself, illustrating the adage, slow and steady wins the race. Similarly, in the Victorian language of flowers, coriander indicates concealed worth, reminding us that things may not always be as they appear. In other words, a dedicated tortoise who puts in the work can achieve just as much, if not more than, the swiftest rabbit. Upright, slow down, and enjoy the journey. Avoid rushing towards your goals for the sake of winning. Arrive in your own time. Reversed, beware of stagnation. While slow and steady might win the race, standing still gets you nowhere. So interesting because I feel like, we have the Fool card here with the Four of Swords. So, this Fool, they've already taken this leap here, right? The Fool card is about taking a leap of faith. There's a trust and surrender aspect that goes into the Fool card. There's also, though, movement forward. It is making that decision to do it. Right? It's committing to the leap, kind of throwing caution to the wind. They also, I hear the Fool being described as innocence. I don't know why that came to mind as being important in some capacity, and it is a risk. So, it's almost kind of like one of those things of, it's something that maybe people wouldn't see you doing, but you can, you want to. However, though, I feel like this is also a message about not being impulsive. not I'm going to show you type of thing. Because the Four of Swords is like all about its rest. You know, like it comes after the Three of Swords, and the Three of Swords, which is back here somewhere. There it is. The Three of Swords is disappointment, rejection, you know, betrayal. It's, you know, usually there's like three swords sticking into a heart. So it talks about heartbreak, but swords have to do with our mind and our mindset, you know, our beliefs, the stories that we attach to circumstances, experiences, feelings. It's ego, right? So it's, you know, the stories that we attach to those experiences. And then after, of course, the Three of Swords comes the Four of Swords, and it's allowing yourself a time for rest. This actually even could just be making the decision to do it, like take the leap, but then like see where the pieces fall. You know, it's like committing to the thing. Because again, you know, this Fool is already mid-flight. So it could be, of course, taking that leap, making that decision, committing to it. But then again, after you do that, because sometimes that is like the hardest step, is actually making that commitment, actually making that decision to do whatever, you know, the Fool thing is. But then, you know, sometimes depending on what it is, we're on like autopilot. And this would be saying to take some time to get your bearings. You've made the decision, you did the hardest part. Now see like what the next step is. And part of the reason too why I say that is because we have the Knight of Cups after, and in this depiction of the Knight of Cups, I mean, we could see this backpack by this stream here, and this card specifically talks about taking a break and really honing in on where your heart is. Because the Knight of Cups is very heart driven. Like they're going to follow their heart, which they sometimes can be considered a bit like delulu. But that's, you know, it's because they're not, you know, listening to their mind or being very logical about things. They feel it in their heart, which, you know, could even be strategy and authority, of course, too. Checking in with that, being sure that you are constantly checking in with your strategy and authority, because truly your strategy and authority is there to help you enter into the quote unquote correct experiences for you. It's meant to prevent the not self theme of your aura, your type from happening. So again, you know, it's like this leap happens, take a break, check in with your heart, even your intuition, like really be sure that your guidance is coming from you, which is, it could also be why this turtle card came out, because it does take time for clarity in that to come, you know, like instead of just zooming through something, like really being intentional with the actions that you're taking. Because even we have the Page of Wands here too, and this, you know, looking glass, very like future focused. What actions do you want to take? Like what direction do you want to head in? What outcome, or like, you know, what do you want your future outcome to be? You know, and that is kind of where, you know, like you start considering risks. And then we have the Wheel of Fortune, which is Jupiter. I believe the Fool is associated to Uranus, which is in Taurus right now. Jupiter is in Gemini, which is just causing me all types of, that's my 12th house, and I am just like mind soup. But the Wheel of Fortune, wherever it is, it's a good card for me. I never see the Wheel of Fortune as being a bad card. The Wheel of Fortune just talks about things changing. So however things have been, however your life has been, whatever you've been doing, you know, like your day-to-day routine, it's going to change in some capacity for the better. Jupiter is about expansion, you know, things moving forward, even too, like I was talking about with this Page of Wands about, you know, that's where you start considering risks. That's where you start getting clear on your future outcomes. Like, what are the actions that you can take in order to be successful? Like, what needs to change in your day-to-day routine? I usually give like the example of my own life. Like back in 2021, I was laid off, and I was fortunate enough to where I knew that it was going to come at some point. I knew in 2020 that possibility was going to come, and I welcomed it. I was fucking hoping for it. So I just started stashing cash. And so in 2021, when I was laid off, for like the next 7-8 months, I like slept. I didn't do a single effing thing. I had nothing but time. And there were a lot of times where I felt guilty about that. And just like, you know, I should be doing something. I feel like I'm wasting my time, blah, blah, blah. But my own like inner guidance was, no, you need this rest. And I fucking did. You need this rest right now. And especially because when things do change, you're going to be wishing that you had time to just lay around and sleep and nap and recover and whatever. And also too, I had no idea what I wanted to do after that, which is, you know, even just like this Fool card, like, you know, taking a leap, something happening, and then resting. Because truly, I didn't know what I wanted to do. I wasn't sure where the pieces were going to lay. And what ended up happening through those 7 or 8 months of rest, I did figure out, it came to me what I did want to do. And I started I started making videos for YouTube in like November of 21. They were terrible. Oh my God. It was like just, oh my God, bad. To me anyway, you know. And I think I had them scheduled to come out in like December. So they were like January 2022 readings. But I decided to do that. And then I decided to open up an Etsy store. And I did that for a while. And, you know, like I needed that time of rest. I needed to be able to, you know, see where my heart was. Like where did I see myself going? And then, you know, things change and for the better. So again, right? Like, something's changing. And then we have the 7 of Wands at the end of the reading. And the 7 of Wands is like defending your actions. It's standing your ground. You know, we can see this flame here. And then there's these 6 wands all, you know, kind of coming at it. I always see these 6 wands as being like other people's projections, like their fears, their reasons why not to. Like, I don't even know why you're doing that. Blah, blah, blah. You know, I could never do that. Blah, blah, blah. You know, and it's like, okay, I didn't ask. Numero uno. And also, like, you're not the one doing it. So I'm not entirely sure why, you know, like unsolicited advice could be in there too. But it's also, it's like not letting those things change your course. Not letting them, you know, determine whether you're going to do something or not. And that is like having confidence in yourself. And it is really trusting yourself too. We have the Crown of Vessels or the King of Cups at the bottom of the deck. The Magician. Kings are the highest expression of the suit. Cups, again, emotions. There's an emotional maturity here. Kings are also leaders, right? Like people look up to them. They oversee a fucking kingdom. So this, but also with it being cups, it is emotional maturity. There is an intuition. It's really being in tuned with that and really even allowing that to guide you when it does come to other people. You could find yourself in a position of leadership. And again, like you would be leading with your heart, which could be exactly what is needed. The Magician is the card that comes after the Fool card. It's, it's taking the skills, the resources, everything that you have right now and putting them into use, putting them into practice in order to manifest the thing that you are, wanting. Whatever it's like, the Magician card is a card that says whatever you want to do right now, you could do with what you have. Because sometimes, we get stuck in the like, well, I don't have enough this, I don't have that, I'm lacking this. No, like you have exactly what you need. And anything else, like if you needed resources, if you needed rest, if you needed experience, like whatever it is, it'll show up to you at exactly the right time for exactly the purpose that you need it. The Seven of Cups is, like it's options. Considering your options too. What brings you joy? And what doesn't? It's like that Marie Kondo effect. Like, what brings me joy? Stick with that. What doesn't bring me joy, either shelve it for the time being or donate it. Whether that's energetically or physically. Beautiful. I'm going to leave it there. Thank you so much for allowing me to read your cards. I will talk to you soon. Bye.